And now the starting lineup for your Liberty Hill Panthers. Batting first, the catcher number 28, Carson Riley. Batting second, the left fielder number 22, Tyler Williams. Batting third, the first baseman number 24, Cash Durkin. Batting fourth, the pitcher number 10, Kay Newitchwander. Batting fifth, the right fielder number 8, Colby DeMar. Batting sixth, the third baseman number 6, Gavin Bowe. Batting seventh, the shortstop number 2, Garrett Neely. Batting eighth, the center fielder number 7, Jack Stavinoff. And batting ninth, the second baseman number 9, Ty Maldonado. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are willing and able to, please rise for the national anthem.
Hello everybody and welcome to Panthers Field at Liberty Hill High School here in Liberty Hill, Texas. My name is Adam Mueller and we are just about ready to go here. We got some high school baseball action for you tonight. It's the Leander Glenn Grizzlies taking on the Liberty Hill Panthers in this 5A Region 4 District 25 matchup. Looks like a nice night here in Liberty Hill. Partly cloudy, a little bit of wind, as we've seen in this part of the country for a couple weeks now. Looks like that wind is coming across the field from your right to your left. And we could see some interesting fly ball situations as we've seen recently in this district. Could make for some interesting fielding situations. You are looking at the home team there, the Panthers, in that beautiful white, the purple and yellow trim and lettering.
You made a change for lineup.
He got a late change here to the lineup. We'll check that for you. But it's two teams in different situations here in this district. Liberty Hill tied for second right now in District 25. That's a three-way tie as we're just about ready to go here. Leading off for the Grizzlies, this is the second baseman, Ethan Toller. Get it going. Cade Neuenschwander on the mound for the Panthers. We have a righty-on-righty matchup of this beautiful field here in Liberty Hill. Just about ready to go. I got that camera angle right on there, and that first pitch of the game in there for a strike. Neuenschwander likes to operate quickly. And that one's low there for a ball, 1-1 now. To leadoff second baseman for the Grizzlies. As I talked about, Neuenschwander likes to operate quickly. That one's grounded right up the middle. And a leadoff single for Ethan Toller. Good start. The way fans like that one. And that'll bring up left fielder Holden Harris. Now, also a righty. And a man on. Maybe this makes Neuenschwander take a little bit more time between pitches. It certainly helped me. I can get a few more words in there. And the pitch from Neuenschwander. Swing and a miss. A nasty little breaking pitch there. Into the, I guess you can't call that dirt there. That's artificial turf right there. Around home plate. Beautiful purple and yellow. And he shows bunt. And it is a called strike. So 0-2, sort of a late call there from the umpire. Neuenschwander gets ahead, and Harris just checking with the home plate ump if that was a swing call or a strike looking. As Neuenschwander checks on Toller at first. Gets those signs in quickly there from Riley Carson. And that's a good cut, but it's right over there to second base. Could be two for the Panthers, and it is. Beautiful defensive play. Maldonado to Neely to Durkin. And that's your good old-fashioned 4-6-3 double play there. And Neuenschwander right out of that early trouble. Now it's the designated hitter, Brett Hall, actually hitting for the right fielder. That's a big cut down the line. I think that'll go foul into the corner. DeMar's a little bit too much grass to cover there. 0-1 to Hall. And fouls that one off. So Neuenschwander ahead in the count again. And the 0-2. And that will be strike three looking. And Neuenschwander gave up the leadoff hit, but got right through it with the double play and the strikeout. That'll do it for the top half of the first. Still 0-0. And we are back here at Panthers Field in Liberty Hill. My name is Adam Mueller. And as we get ready for the bottom half of the first inning, see that straight on there, as that is Jackson Dunaway with a bit of a sidearm delivery there. But as I was saying, two teams on different sides of this district standings here. Panthers in a three-way tie with Rouse and Georgetown for second. There is no concern for any of those teams of giving up their playoff positions here on the last night of the season. The top four in this district is set, with Cedar Park at the top with their 10-3 record. Those three teams, including these Panthers, tied with a 9-4 district mark. Cedar Park plays, in fact hosts, Georgetown tonight, so that could change the standings a little, at least for those top four. Rouse goes out to Marble Falls this evening as well. So really, the only thing to figure out tonight is the rankings of those top four. They've all clinched their spot. Overall, Panthers 21-6 record, and they are certainly showing improvement this season. Did not make the playoffs last season, and much better year overall. As we said, 21-6, 9-4 in district, and they will come up to bat here in the bottom of the first, as this is the catcher, Riley Carson. And that off-speed in there for a strike. My fault there. Just got his name mixed up. His name is Carson Riley. So he's looking at second pitch here from Jackson Dunaway, the righty. Look at that sort of sidearm motion. Really brings that arm out wide. And that's a ball, 1-1. To the catcher for the Panthers. Good eye from Riley. 1-2 now ahead in the count. Riley, the junior. Again, good eye. A little high, a little outside there from Dunaway, who looks in there an extra beat. He was looking to get that call. There's a 3-1 pitch. That also high, and a good at-bat there for Carson Riley. And he gets to first, a leadoff walk there, drawn by the Panthers. And now it'll be left fielder Tyler Williams at bat now. We do have a pinch runner here. This is something the Panthers like to do. This is
the left fielder number 22,
sophomore Sean Parsons, who comes in. Generally see Coach Steve Hutcherson do this a lot, with at least with his catcher, is bring in a younger, faster guy. That one's fouled away. 0-1 to Tyler Williams. And of course you are allowed to do that. UIL rules, you can bring in the pinch runner, and the fielder can stay in the game. Williams, a senior, shows bunt, and fouled that one off. It is 0-2 now. Another thing the Panthers like to do, just mess around with the small ball stuff a little bit, and can keep that infield on their toes. Of course, Fortunato over at first, covering the bag. Qureshi at third, shaded a little bit in. That's a good eye there from Williams as he watches that pitch go outside. 1-2 now. Jackson Dunaway also works pretty quickly. Not Neuenschwander at pace, and that's a breaking ball hit pretty well down that left field line. And I think that went over the fence. It is foul. And that is some big power there from Tyler Williams. Maybe a little bit unexpected. Shows what he can do with the bat. 1-2. It remains. Man on first. That's Carson Riley. Drew a walk. And Dunaway checks for a sort of slipped, but did get his foot off the mound, so it's not a balk. And the 1-2. And that's a beautiful breaking pitch. Runner went down to second, but neither middle infielder was ready. An aggressive base running, and he is out at third. Boy, seemed pretty close. Strange play all around. I will tell you, A.J. Click, the catcher, was aware of the steal, but the two middle infielders, Worley and Toller, I don't think we're quite ready for that, and I think the catcher's just getting everybody together to communicate about that. Carson Riley, that'll be Sean Parsons, who's running the bags, of course, for Riley. Tried to get to third, and thrown out by Austin Wilson. There's the first baseman, Cash Durkin, the lefty. Durkin, a senior, and he's committed to Blinn College for next year, so good job by Cash. Staying in state, and that's some big power. Boy, they are getting under that. And that one is over the fence, and that is a home run. Cash Durkin with a big solo shot, and it gets a loud cheer from the Panther faithful and gives the home team, Liberty Hill, a one-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Cash Durkin going yard. We saw Tyler Williams get under that one in his at-bat, and now Durkin sends one over the fence. Maybe the wind assisting in that one, but good contact from him, and it's a solo home run. For the Panthers.
The Panthers, the pitcher number 10, Cade Neuenschwander.
They take that one-run lead. Cade Neuenschwander, the opposite number of Jackson Dunaway now, looks at ball one. Sort of a mixed inning here for Dunaway, and that's in there for a strike. 1-1. Give up the walk to Riley, and Sean Parsons, who came in to run for Riley, eventually thrown out at third. Struck out Tyler Williams, and then Cash Durkin sent one over the fence. That one's low. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out here, bottom of the first. Dunaway looks in and fires. Boy, that has a lot of movement there. That high strike there. 2-2 now. As Dunaway looks to finish off this bottom of the first, avoid any further damage. That one outside. And count is full now to Cade Neuenschwander. I did do the Liberty Hill Panthers game last week, and Neuenschwander certainly made his opposite number work as he drew 3 walks in that game. Really patient hitter. And there he does it again. So 2 walks drawn in the bottom of the first inning. This Panthers team, they really make you work. And here's that pinch runner substitution they like to do. This is Colton Rutherford, another sophomore, coming to the game for the Panthers.
Now batting for the Panthers, the right fielder number 8, Colby DeMars.
Now the right fielder, Colby DeMars, come up to bat. The righty. Man on first. You've got to assume Rutherford's got some decent speed. There's a big cut, popped right out there to center field, and Wilson had to chase, lost his cap, but he does track it down. It's the 1-run shot by Cash Durkin that separates the 2 teams now. Liberty Hill 1, Glenn 0. And we are back here in Liberty Hill, Texas. My name is Adam Mueller. And it was that solo Cash Durkin home run in the bottom half of the first that has given home team, the Panthers, the lead. Here in this, the final regular season game for both of these teams. Cade Neuenschwander working. First pitch fouled off to the right, and this is number 10, A.J. Click, the catcher, who, of course, in the bottom half of the first threw over to second on a steal situation and had neither of his middle infielders were there for him. That one also fouled over to the left. 0-2 now to Click. We talked about the record for the Panthers. Glen Grizzlies down there in 7th in the district, 3-10 district mark. That one's low for a ball. 10-17 overall. But just like the Panthers have improved this season from not making the playoffs in 2021 to making it here in 2022. Pitch from Neuenschwander, swing and a miss. The off speed got him, and it's another strikeout. 2 early strikeouts for Neuenschwander. And he gets Click, the 4 batter there. Batting cleanup for this Grizzlies team. Now it's the opposite number against pitcher again here in the inning. Jackson Dunaway, big righty, not wearing any batting gloves. That's always a cool thing to see. First pitch in there for a strike. But the Glen Grizzlies have improved this season as well. Pitch from Neuenschwander. That's low, 1-1 now. Their 2021 mark, 4-23 overall and 2-12 in district. So it's a slight improvement, but it is improvement. That one's hit pretty hard, flied out over there to right. And DeMar sits under it and makes the play. 2 out now for Neuenschwander. Now be the third baseman, Justin Koreshi, to come up with 2 out here, top of the second inning.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 7, Justin Koreshi.
Neuenschwander will kick and deal. Big hack from Koreshi, and he loses his helmet. And he kind of laps it off there. Looks down the line at his coach. That is Zach Darling in his 6th season as the Grizzlies coach. And Neuenschwander outside with that pitch. 1-1 now. We talked about Hutch, Steve Hutcherson, in his 12th year now with the Panthers on the other side of the ball. Another big cut by Koreshi, and the ball bounces over Voth at third, and after a wild swing on that first pitch, he gets on base. It's a little chopped ball, hard for Voth to judge where that one was bouncing, and it's a 2-out hit for the Grizzlies. Center fielder Austin Wilson will come to bat. We do have 3 umpires tonight, and we'll see sometimes there are 2. We've got a crew of 3 tonight. On this, the last game of the season for these teams, as we talked about. Panthers in the playoffs, that one inside. 1-1. As Austin Wilson trying to execute here with 2 outs. Koreshi over there at first with that 2-out single. Here on this nice night, a little hot out there in the 80s, but it drops a lot when the sun goes down. Pretty good move from Neuenschwander. He's got really quick hands and feet, and so for a righty, he can pick guys off at first pretty well. And that one way inside. 2-1. It's a good play by Carson Riley with the man on. And that one also a ball. So 3-1. Austin Wilson has worked himself into a hitter's count here, something we haven't seen from the Grizzlies. in this game so far. That one right up the middle, and he's taking all the way. A little bit of frustration you can see as Riley signals for his infielders. Neuenschwander full count here. 2 out. Runner goes, and nice walk there taken by Austin Wilson. Good patient at bat. And now 2 men on, 2 out for the Grizzlies, who have had men on in both innings. And now it's the shortstop, Logan Worley, who will step up. A little bit of a smaller frame here, smaller strike zone for Neuenschwander. And I think the batter went there, so that's strike 1, 0-1. To Worley, who takes a long look over there at his coach. And he gets set. Infielders are back. Third baseman shaded a little bit in. But Durkin over there at first playing behind the runner, so not concerned too much about that runner behind the lead runner, of course. And that pitch popped straight in the air. Looks like a play for Maldonado. And Jack Stavenow comes on center field there, so Neuenschwander gets out of a little bit of a jam again here in the top of the second. Liberty Hill Panthers still up 1-0. And we are back here at Panthers Field at Liberty Hill High School, ready for the bottom half of the second inning. And it's number 6, Gavin Voth.
This is third baseman number 6, Gavin Voth.
And comes up for his first at bat here against Jackson Dunaway, who's got that sideways delivery. Not quite sidearm, I'd say, but definitely gets that elbow out. And here's the 1-0. A little off speed. Got both swinging there. These two teams, of course, have played previously in district. That was at Glenn, and the Panthers came away with the 6-2 victory in that one. Inside for a ball there, 2-1 to Voth. Couple losses to Cedar Park, and then a loss to Georgetown and Rouse, both in away games for the Panthers. Those are their only district losses. Outside. Ball 3-1 now to Voth. Again, patience. A lot of patience from these Panthers hitters. Wait for the right pitch. And that one sort of chopped over to first. First baseman almost went over, bobbled by the second baseman, and he's safe at first. So Toller had a little bit of trouble, and Foronado sort of shaded over to the ball at first and then let it go. And I think that's a good call over there at first. Safe is the call, and Gavin Voth with the
Now batting for the Panthers,
leadoff
the
single.
shortstop, number 2, Garrett Neely.
Shortstop Garrett Neely now to bat, and again, Panthers have the leadoff runner on. Good situation for Neely. Both over there reaching on that error. And there's a big cut by Neely out into right field. This is Ethan Baruman, the right fielder. You won't hear his name in the batting lineup because Brett Hall is DHing for him. A good play by him, 1 out now. And number 7, Jack Stavinow, the center fielder, will come to the plate, the lefty. Again, something you get in this Panthers lineup.
Now batting for the Panthers, the center fielder, number 7,
Nice
Jack Stavinow.
combination of righties and lefties. You don't see that a lot at this level, where you can really throw a lot of different looks at the opposing pitcher. And that sort of sidearm throw from Dunaway. Ball 1, 1-0. Stavinow, center fielder for the Panthers. He shows bunt and puts down a pretty good bunt over to third. Qureshi's going to have to go to first, and nobody covering third. A good heads-up play there. I believe that was Worley. It was Logan Worley, shortstop. They got the out at third, but Qureshi had come all the way in field to make the play.
Now back for the Panthers, the second baseman, number 9, Ty Maldonado.
With the runner coming around second, you know those Panthers runners are always alert, very aggressive, running the base paths for Coach Hutcherson. And that ball is low. This is Ty Maldonado now, the second baseman. Number 9, batting 9th. Here for the Panthers, 2 out. Man in scoring position over there at second. That is Voth, swing and a miss there, 1-1. To Maldonado. 1-1, big swing and a miss, now 1-2. Junior infielder looking to extend this lead for the Panthers. Dunaway looks in, checks on second, and a little high off speed got him swinging. So that'll do it for the second inning. Still that Cash Durkin solo home run, the only run of this game, through 2, 1-0 Panthers. And we're back here at Panthers Field in Liberty Hill, Texas. My name is Adam Mueller. Enjoying this high school baseball game on this sort of warm spring evening here. Second to last day of April. First pitch in there for a ball. This is Rome Fortunato, first baseman, who sends fly ball out there into right, and there's the play by DeMars. So Rome Fortunato flies out, and Neuenschwander's got one out here in the top of the third.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 5, Ethan Toller.
And we are back to the top of the order. This is Ethan Toller, who shot one right up the middle in the first inning for a leadoff single. Looked to do something similar there. There's a strike from Neuenschwander, who comes at the hitters really aggressively. He's got that quick motion and that really forward aggressive stance and throw. You see that beautiful off speed. You can see it. We're right behind the plate here. The difference between the first pitch and the second pitch. Fastball, off speed, and he is ahead in the count 0-2. And he got him swinging on the third one, another off speed, and it's 3 pitches. And a strikeout there on Toller. 2 quick outs for Cade Neuenschwander. He's really the picture of confidence on the mound for the Panthers.
Number 22, Holden Harris.
Holden Harris, a left fielder now, up to bat, 2 outs. He grounded into a double play in that first inning after Toller got on with the leadoff single. He will look to do a little bit better here in the third. Neuenschwander with that fast kick, and now down in the count 2-0. Harris taking a little bit more time. And that one's low again now. 3 balls and no strikes. And you might see this from the batters. They may try and take some time, get Neuenschwander out of his rhythm, or maybe just maintain their own rhythm. And again, in the dirt there, almost looked like a intentional walk to Harris, who gets on. And just like in the previous inning for the Grizzlies, they've got a base runner on with 2 out here. DH Brett Hall with a big swing and a miss here. He struck out in the first inning after that double play. He's got a man on. Neuenschwander working fast like he does. Breaking pitch driven out into left field, and it'll drop. And runner will go from first to third, and aggressive base running by Brett Hall, who gets the 2-out double, and now 2 men in scoring position for the Grizzlies in a really good spot now for the catcher and cleanup hitter AJ Click, who struck out in the previous inning. Big spot for him.
Now batting for the Grizzlies,
Grizzlies,
number 10, AJ Click.
well, look to capitalize on their first extra base hit of the night. Neuenschwander into his windup. Another big cut there from AJ Click. Oh, 1. You see Neuenschwander taking a little bit more time now. And there's a grounder over to third. He's going to have to go all the way across, and Voth makes it look easy. So 2 men on with 2 out. Grizzlies can't take advantage. We'll go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. And we are back here on the final night of the regular season. 2022 baseball season, high school baseball season here in Texas comes to an end. Of course, the Panthers looking forward to playoffs.
Panthers, the catcher, number 28,
And they will be there
Riley.
next week. Carson Riley, the leadoff hitter, will lead off the third inning. He walked to lead off the first, as Jackson Dunaway works his third inning way outside there, 1-0. Then stole second, and the throw from AJ Click went into the outfield as there was no infielder covering. And there's a good cut there from Riley, and he's on base now twice. Good at bat there from the junior catcher as he gets on base with the leadoff single. Again, in that first inning stole second and then attempted to go to third, but the center fielder, Austin Wilson, threw him out at third with a good play.
Left fielder number 22, Tyler Williams.
And as is the pattern, out comes Riley, and in comes Sean Parsons, who was that runner who was thrown out. It wasn't Riley. Tyler Williams up to bat, watches ball one from Dunaway. Williams had a big cut in the first inning, hit the tree in foul territory in left field. Of course, that was right before Cash Durkin came in with the solo home run. Big drop on that curveball, almost hit him. 2 balls and no strikes now to Williams. So he showed off his power in that first inning. Now no outs, man on first. And cuts at that one. Hits it foul against the net. And we've got the guy on deck coming over to retrieve the foul balls. Durkin can do it all, hit home runs and be the ball boy here. Two one, and there's a little bit more of that power, and that's deep to left field, and that is over the wall, and we've got 2 home runs here in this game already. This one is Tyler Williams, and that's a 2-run shot to widen the gap for the Panthers to 3-0. We saw that power in the first inning, and that time he kept it fair over the fence. Hopefully Holden Harris out there and left is okay. I think he is. He hit that fence pretty hard. I don't know if there's padding, but big shot from Tyler Williams, 3-0 Panthers.
Now back for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 24, Cash Durkin.
And now Cash Durkin, who hit that home run in the first. That's a pitch from Dunaway way outside there. Hit that home run in the first inning. Of course, he's a lefty, so he hit it the other way, out to right. Maybe look to hit another one here, as we've seen from the 2 and 3 hitters in this Panthers lineup. Plenty of power. Still no out here in the bottom half of the third. As Jackson Dunaway really just been done by those 2 long balls. Not a whole lot else he's done wrong. A couple of walks, and then both reached on the error. But 2 big swings of the bat for the Panthers, and we've got that 3-0 lead. Another pitch outside here. It'll be 3-1. Hitters count for Durkin. He'll probably want to be swinging here. Let's see which Coach Hutch has him do. And then went outside, and there's a walk. So Jackson Dunaway still looking for his first out. Bottom of the third inning. And his opposite number, Cade Neuenschwander, will come to bat, who drew the walk in the first. Head coach Zach Darling is going to come out and talk to Dunaway. We'll see if he takes the ball from him. I think just might check in with his pitcher. See how he's doing. So hasn't gotten anybody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Long conversation with his pitcher. Everybody from the infield gives him a little bump, and we're ready to go. Neuenschwander up with the man on, no out. Neuenschwander's second team All-District last season as a sophomore. So has been good for a couple years for the Panthers. And there's a strike there, and good way to respond to that mound visit for Jackson Dunaway. Looks over there at first. Pretty big lead for Cash Durkin. Swang and fouled off there to the right by Neuenschwander. Now he's in the hole 0-2. So good response. No DH for the Panthers tonight. Neuenschwander is pitching and hitting. And hitting cleanup at that. That off speed is high. Ball 1-2. Neuenschwander looks over there down the first base line. Dunaway takes his time. Runner goes. And this will be another play over here at second. Ball bounced in front of Worley and he couldn't take it in. So another stolen base for the Panthers. This time Toller did a good job backing up the shortstop and didn't let the ball get out into center field. But there's that aggressive base running from the Panthers, and shows you how dynamic Cash Durkin is. Hits the home run, he can also steal a base. And that pitch way inside. 3-2 now, full count. After being down 0-2, Neuenschwander does what he does. He's patient and lets the game come to him when he's at the plate. Still no out here. Dunaway looks over to second, and again inside, and Neuenschwander, like clockwork, draws the walk. 2 walks now in the game, and just like in the first inning, it'll be Colton Rutherford, sophomore, to pinch hit for his pitcher there.
Now batting for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 8, Colby DeMars.
Colby DeMars now, the right fielder, who flew out in the first inning. DeMars, the sophomore outfielder. There's off speed for a strike. It's a team with a lot of juniors and seniors, this Panther team, and DeMars uniquely a sophomore along with Voth. Wind up from Dunaway, and the pitch ripped into right field. It is on a line, and Harris makes a good play and gets the ball in fast. So there's an out there. For Dunaway and the Grizzlies, something he needed dearly. Still 2 men on, 1 out. And Gavin Voth,
The third baseman, number 6, Gavin Voth.
now up for his second time. He did have an at-bat in the previous inning and got on base. It was an error over there at first base, sort of a chopped ball down the first base line. Fortunato decided not to play it, and Toller bobbled it and couldn't get it in time, and both got on base. So reach on an error there. A much bigger situation, 2 men on. Wilson makes a nice play on it, easy to undercut those, and some good base running from Cash Durkin as he gets over to third base. That sun is behind us. I think it's maybe under the buildings here at Liberty Hill. But again, Wilson just stops, sets his feet, and gets back now. 2 out.
Number 2, Garrett Neely.
Garrett Neely, who flew out in the second inning, comes to bat. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Of course, this is always a unique situation here, especially with a team like Liberty Hill, because they are aggressive on the base pass, and they may try and move that runner at first and see how the Grizzlies respond. Dunaway with the pitch, popped up into the air for Renato. No, it's Toller who comes over, makes the play, and Dunaway escapes further damage after that mound visit from his coach. But it was that 2-run homer by Tyler Williams that further separates these teams now. Liberty Hill 3, Glen 0. And we're back here. Adam Mueller with you. Hope you're enjoying this 5A Region 4 District 25 matchup between Liberty Hill and Glen. We do have a pitching change here. New and Schwander out of the game, and number 15, CJ Sherburne, now pitching. New and Schwander goes over to third. I believe both now out of the game. There's a big pitch. You could hear that fastball from Sherburne. Strike one. Senior pitcher was second team all-district last year. Ooh, some high heat there, a little too high. And he's going against his opposite number here. And the opposing pitcher, Jackson Dunaway, who flew out in the second inning. And calls for a bit of time here. He'll be adjusting to the new pitcher, 1-1, the count. And Sherburne delivers. Fouled right back at us. 1-2 now. Two Dunaway, who again, like New and Schwander, starting the game at pitcher and bats fifth, right in the middle of the lineup. Huge swing and a miss, and it's a nice off speed there from Sherburne, who comes in and doesn't miss a beat with the strikeout.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 7, Justin Karishi.
Justin Koreshi now the third baseman, who singled in the second inning. Another big cut from him. Boy, he uses his whole body when he swings the bat. Had that sort of chopped ground ball over to third, went over Voth's head. Pitch there outside. 1-1 now from Sherburne, who really throws the ball hard. You can hear it. You can just hear it. Don't need a speed gun for that. And did he go around? He did. Home plate umpire called it himself. First base umpire confirmed it. 1-2 now to Koreshi. A little bit outside. 2-2. Top four, nobody on. 2-2 count. Outside. 3-2 now with one out to Koreshi. Pitch from Sherburne. And it's good contact from Koreshi. And Tyler Williams ducks under that one. He was pretty much didn't have to move there out in the outfield, but some good power from the smaller frame of Justin Koreshi. And 2 out now here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 3, Austin Wilson.
Austin Wilson, the center fielder, up to bat, chops it right up the middle off the glove of Sherburne, who didn't really seem like he thought he had a chance after his glove. Kind of casually trotted over to get the ball. And it is a tough play over there. And Austin Wilson on for the second time in this game. Walked in the second, now he's on.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 2, Logan Worley.
What I would say is an infield single there. Logan Worley, shortstop in there, flew out in the second. Looks at strike number 1 here, 2 out, man on first. And the Grizzlies have been able to do that fairly consistently, get somebody on, but a lot of times it's been with 2 outs, so it's been difficult to get that run across. And there, nice off speed breaking pitch there. 0-2 now, early in a hole. Against Sherburne, who, just like New Schwander, has a really aggressive stance, aggressive delivery. Take too much time. There goes the runner. This might be a play here. And Carson Riley throws him right out. Beautiful play by the catcher. And that's the easy way to do it. As they get out number 3, throwing out Austin Wilson. Will go to the bottom. And we are back here at Liberty Hill High School, Panthers Field. My name is Adam Mueller here on Vype Sports. We're getting ready for the bottom half of the fourth inning. And shortstop.
Now batting for the Panthers, the center fielder, number 7,
This is
Jack
the
Stavinow.
center fielder, Jack Stavinow, excuse me. I'll lead it off. And that one low from Jackson Dunaway, who continues on the mound for the Grizzlies. Stavinow grounded out in the second inning. And that pitch inside, I think, got pretty close to Stavinow's face. But it's just a ball 2-0 now from Dunaway, who had some troubles in that third inning, giving up that 2-run home run and a couple walks, but got out of it with minimal damage. Now way behind in the count here, 3-0 to Stavinow. And there's a strike, 3-1. To Stabby. He is. Watches that one high. Another good at bat. Jack Stavinow committed to Texas A&M Texarkana for next year. The senior outfielder gets on base, and as we've seen a lot in this game, leadoff hitter is on for the Panthers.
For the Panthers, the second baseman, number 9, Ty Maldonado.
Second baseman Ty Maldonado, who struck out in the second inning, looks at a strike. Stavinow, that leadoff walk over at first. Dunaway still pitching, down 3-0, and it's been a pretty good outing for him. Just hasn't gotten any run support. And Stavinow jumped over there at first, and either really good peripheral vision from Dunaway or got some signals from his teammates. And there goes the runner, and it's a little hit and run, and it works out really nicely. Couldn't get the runner all the way over to third, but it's a single. Put 2 men on now for the Panthers. And Maldonado, a good piece of hitting. 2 men on, no out. We will go back to the top. And it's Carson Riley.
The catcher, number 28, Carson Riley.
And he's been on twice already. Walk in the first, and then a single in the third, and scored on that 2-run home run by Tyler Williams, who is now on deck looking to bunt. Again, some tricky small ball there by Coach Steve Hutcherson. Just throwing a little something different there. Dunaway. It will maybe make the third baseman and the first baseman come in a little bit. Shortstop's close, and now he'll just show bunt the whole way. First baseman came in hard, so did the third baseman. And I think this is what Coach Hutcherson's trying to do. Second baseman has to come over and cover first. So it just kind of puts the defense in a little bit of a tougher situation. It is 0-2 now. Dunaway, long look at second, and swing fouled off by Riley. Another tough spot here for Dunaway. Try and get out of it as the sun sets and the floodlights go on here at Panthers Field. That one outside. Good pick by A.J. Click. Just a casual sidearm back to his pitcher. Again, long look over there at second. Worley's trying to keep him there. And throw almost high. Worley as we said, he's got a little bit of a smaller frame. Made a good play to get his glove up there. Looks like they're worried about Jack Stavenow's speed over there at second, and he's messing with him a little bit. Big lead over there, and that one's inside, and Click could not corral it, and runners advance. And again, I think that's what Coach Steve Hutcherson's doing, just kind of throwing different things at the opposing pitcher. And he makes the errant throw inside. Click can't handle it, and the runners advance. Still no outs. And Carson Riley now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. An opportunity to drive in some runs. Infield in now. And grounder right up the middle, get past the pitcher. This might score 2. Stavenow's going to trot home, and it will get 2. And it's a 2-run single for Carson Riley, who continues to produce at a high level. And now the lead up to 5-0. So Riley with the 2 RBI single and a big spot gets it past the pitcher, and I think this might be it for Jackson Dunaway. And yeah, he will hand the ball off to, let's see, looks like this is number 13, Shane Monahan, to take over.
Now pitching for the Grizzlies, number 13, Shane Monahan.
And the righty will take some throws, and we'll step away briefly here. You're watching Varsity High School Baseball on Vype Sports. And we are back here at Liberty Hill High School, here on Vype Sports for the final game of the regular season. Panthers in the lead here in front of their home crowd, 5-0 over the Glen Grizzlies. And now it's left fielder Tyler Williams here. Still nobody out, man on first. Williams struck out in the first and then had a 2-run bomb in the third. That's another big cut from him. Strike 1 from Shane Monahan, number 13, the new pitcher for the Grizzlies. He's put in a tough spot here. Nobody out, man on first. And that pitch is popped right up into the air, and there's Worley to make the play. So first out there for Monahan, as he sounds like he's got some supporters in the away section. one out. And this will be number 24, Cash Durkin, first baseman.
Now batting for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 24, Cash Durkin.
And he's also got a home run on his scorecard tonight. It was a solo shot in the first inning. He started off the runs, and that one's hit pretty hard too, out the opposite way. And that's over the wall again. And you can do it both ways. Strong side in the first, and now opposite field here in the fourth. Cash Durkin with his second home run of the game. 7-0 now Panthers. And that is a real good piece of hitting from him to send it the opposite way over the fence. And the lead is widened here for the Panthers. That'll clean the bases up. And a tough one for Shane Monahan, who needs to reset here with the bases empty.
Third baseman, number 10, Kay Neuenschwander.
And Kay Neuenschwander, who's now at third, comes up to bat, fouls it straight back, and it is caught there by A.J. Click. And that's the second out of the inning. So Neuenschwander, usually very patient hitter, swung on the first pitch and popped it straight up.
Now batting for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 8, Colby DeMars.
And this is the 5-hitter, Colby DeMars. He's had a bit of a quiet night. Flew out in the first, lined out in the third. But his team's got that 7-0 lead. And a little off speed there from Shane Monahan for the strike. It's been a big inning here for the Panthers. 4 runs here, bottom half of the fourth, to extend that lead to 7-0. 2 out now, 1-1 pitch. Grounded down to third. Oh, it's a nice play by Qureshi, who sort of almost was protecting himself with the glove out there, and makes a good throw across, and that'll do it for the bottom of the fourth. But 4 runs. It was that 2-run single by Carson Riley, and then the 2-run homer by Cash Durkin has extended the lead here. Liberty Hill 7, Glen 0. Here, you are watching Vype Sports.
Yeah. Looking the other way. Now batting for the Grizzlies,
And we are back here at Panthers Field in Liberty Hill. My name is Adam Mueller here on Vype Sports. Logan Worley up to bat again. Of course, he was at bat at the top of the fourth until Austin Wilson was thrown out by Carson Riley over there at second base to end the inning. Ended up being a 1-2-3 for C.J. Sherburne, who's in for the second inning of work. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch, 0-1, and Sherburne works fast. And no swing there, 1-1. We do have a score update for you. Big cut, but it's right to Sherburne, and Worley trots over there to first. Good play by the pitcher. Rouse and Marble Falls are tied 0-0 here. So the other big game in the district. Of course, Rouse tied with Liberty Hill for second, along with Georgetown, who's playing Cedar Park tonight.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 1, Luke Berryhill.
And looks like we've got a pinch hitter here. Number 1 for the Grizzlies. It's that foul. This is Luke Berryhill. who's pinch hitting for Rome Fortunato, first baseman. Oh, 2 now as we get some new balls. Barry Hill with his first at bat in this game. 1 out, 0-2. And ooh. Carson Riley set up outside. Ball just was outside. 1-2 now. Pitch from Sherburne, off speed. Barry Hill hits that in the air into left center. And Stabenow had a long way to go, but he makes the play for the second out. And we will go back to the top of the order here. And it is Ethan Toller. Second baseman reached with a leadoff single in the first inning. And then struck out in the third. Tougher situation here. Again, bases empty, 2 outs, but oftentimes in this game, this is where the Grizzlies have found their hitting gloves. And there have been 2 outs in the inning, just outside for a ball 1-1. Sherburne kicks and delivers big cut for the strike on Toller. Middle infielder for the Grizzlies looks down at Coach Darling and swings it that way over the shortstop. Long throw, and Durkin can't quite make the play. The one hopper from Neely, and once again the Glen Grizzlies have a 2-out base runner. Stop me if you've seen this before.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 22, Holden Harris.
Holden Harris up to the plate. The left fielder grounded into a double play in the first inning, walked in the third, and got all the way around to third base. Probably the best chance of the night was in that top half of the third inning for the Grizzlies to score runs. 2 men in scoring position. Harris watches that one go inside. 2-0 now. I'm told that Harris is a quite good pitcher. Of course, not on the hill for the Grizzlies tonight. That one inside again. Seems like they're not giving him a bunch of pitches to hit in this one. 3-0 again, just like it was in the third inning. This time a man on first, though, and he's taken all the way there. There's a strike. Again, Grizzlies have had some base runners, just they've all been with 2 outs. Big cut there, just got a piece, fouled it away. Now it's full. 3-2, 2 out. That's Ethan Toller over there at first. Tracking the ball down is Brett Hall. Full count now. Pitch from Sherburne. Driven down the line. That's a nice play from Neuenschwander. Boy, he can do it all. And the throw over. And that'll do it for the top half of the 5th inning. Liberty Hill 7, Glen Grizzlies 0. You're watching Vype Sports. Please. Also a slight change defensively to tell you about. It's Sean Parsons who's gone to left field for the Panthers. Interestingly enough, we will get Gavin Voth. He will come to bat for the 3rd time in the bottom of the 5th. Reached on an error in the 2nd. And flew out in the 3rd.
Designated hitter number 6, Gavin Voth.
He is the designated hitter at this point and rips that one out. And it drops. Sort of a fluky little pop fly, and shortstop nor center fielder could track it down. And he's in with a single to lead off the 5th. And again, Stop me if you've heard this before, but the Panthers have a leadoff runner on.
Now batting for the Panthers, the shortstop, number 2, Garrett Neely.
Garrett Neely will step in for his third at bat. He's got a fly out and a pop out in the second and third inning respectively, and he'll cut at the first pitch as well. This one's deeper out into center field. Play made there by Wilson. And Tredemeyer gets his first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Panthers, the center fielder, number 7, Jack
Stavanaugh. Stavanaugh, center fielder, will step up, ground it out in the second, and that off-speed pitch, a little bit high as Tredemeyer lost his cap. He then walked, Stavanaugh that is, walked in the fourth, and was one of the men that scored on that 2-run single by Carson Riley. I can hear that foul ball hit something on the far side of the stadium. Luckily, here at Liberty Hill, you don't have the parking lot too close to the stadium. Sometimes you hear some car alarms after the foul balls. You never want it to be yours, of course. And that pitch was a little bit behind Stavanaugh. I guess it didn't hit him. Two and one. The pitch from Tredemeyer. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 now. One man on, one out for the Panthers. Got that 7-0 lead. Stavanaugh, the lefty, against lefty. I think this is the first time we've had lefty on lefty in this game, as Tredemeyer loses his hat again. Got to put that on a little bit tighter. Of course, he's got the long hair, got the lettuce back there. Generally got some good lettuce in this game. A couple guys with long hair. Love to see that. Swings and grounds over first base line. That is foul. 3-2 still. Stavanaugh, senior outfielder. As we talked about, committed to Texas A&M Texarkana. Again, one of the guys staying in Texas. Love to see that. 3-2 pitch. Swinging again, fouled behind the home fans. It's a good at bat for Jack. Really making Tredemeyer work here in this third inning. Lefty will go over to first, big throw, and he lost his cap again. Lefty on lefty, full count pitch. This one ripped over. Another foul ball for Stavanaugh. Really making him work. This is at the point in the game where ESPN put the pitch count on the screen, so you could see just how much he's making Tredemeyer work. Here's the pitch, and this one ripped out high. I guess it's short enough for the second baseman, and it is. Toller makes the play. 2 out now. Tredemeyer gets his second out of the inning. And Ty Maldonado will come in for his third at bat.
Now batting for the Panthers,
second baseman.
Number 9, Ty Maldonado.
junior, struck out in the second, but then singled in the fourth inning. I believe we've got a balk call from our first base umpire because the runner has moved over to second. So Voth advances to second on the balk. You do occasionally see that this level. Worley's gonna make him work over there. Shortstop, a lot of movement. That one low for a ball. Of course, it doesn't help. Tredemeyer now, runner in scoring position. Maldonado, his third at bat. Now he's like this. Carson Riley on deck, the catcher, and he's got sort of a half of his catcher's gear on already, just in case, 2 out. He's got the shin and knee pads on. 2-0 pitch, and throw out there to Worley. AJ Click, always alert. Couldn't quite get the throw in. It was a strike, 2-1. To Maldonado, and Tredemeyer wants to talk to his catcher. A little miscommunication there. Third pitcher of the game for the Grizzlies. And that's Joseph Tredemeyer. Looks in and lefty fires. Outside now, 3-1. Maldonado with a decent at bat here, making him work, and that one's low, and it is a walk, and heads up base running there. Again, by Gavin Voth. AJ Click caught out a little bit. I think he may have hurt himself a little bit on the play. But still, of course, that's a free base. It's not like the runner's at first. He's at second, so he can advance if he wants to. And here in the bottom of the fifth, Maldonado draws the walk. And with 2 outs, as we just give AJ Click a little bit of time to shake that one off. It will be Carson Riley for his 4th at bat. They have not been able to get him out.
Now, the Panthers, the catcher number 28, Carson Riley.
Walked in the first inning. Of course, his pinch runner was eventually thrown out at third. Singled in the third and came around to score on that Tyler Williams 2-run home run. Then had a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning and came around on the Cash Durkin 2-run home run. So involved in 4 of the 7 runs tonight for the Panthers. 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. Carson Riley, and of course his pinch runner, which has been Sean Parsons in this game. Parsons, of course, has moved to left now. 2 out. That one's low. 2-1 now. The count to Riley. Men on the corners we talked about earlier, so he's can bring up sort of an interesting situation with runners on third and first. And that one slips by Click, who couldn't find it, and Both comes all the way around to score, and Maldonado advances to second, and you see how that can sort of build up the balk to advance the runner to second, the aggressive base running to get the third, and then the pass ball. And he scores now 8-0. Panthers with the big lead. This one fouled up and foul. Click's going to try and track it, and it's the first baseman over there who is our starting pitcher, Dunaway, who couldn't make the play. Maybe it lost in the light. Maybe it's the wind. I can't feel the wind out there. Full count. 2 out, runner on second. And that is strike 3, and Riley didn't agree with the call, but Tredemeyer gets out of the inning. Another run added for the Panthers, who will go to the 6th. Still 8-0 here on Vype Sports.
Now pitching for the Panthers, number 27, Blaze Mila.
Top of the 6th now, here at Liberty Hill High School. Adam Mueller with you here on Vype Sports.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 11, Brett
And
Hall.
Grizzlies come up to bat in the top half of the inning. This is Brett Hall to lead them off in the top of the 6th. New pitcher now for the Panthers, as that ball is low 1-1. It is Blaze Milam, the star sophomore, first team All-District as a freshman last season. He is back in to pitch, and I'm told he was pitched Tuesday in Georgetown. Short outing. Probably will be a short outing here as well. 2-1. Big sophomore with the kick and the delivery, and Hall with the cut. Play over at short, and it's a nice one by Garrett Neely. Get that ball over there.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 10, AJ Click.
AJ Click, the catcher and the cleanup hitter for the Grizzlies, now up to bat. Ball 1 to Click. Milam looks confident, and just like pitchers before him, he works fast. Ball 2, though, from him. AJ Click struck out in the 2nd inning, then grounded out in the 3rd. So still looking to get on base is the catcher for the Grizzlies. Of course, he's had a pretty active night behind the plate, dealing with a lot of runners, a lot of aggressive base running from the Panthers on the other side of the ball. That is popped straight in the air, and Milam, nobody called it and then let it go at the last moment, and Click gets on base. I think that's probably the pitcher's ball. It basically hit the pitching mound. and no one called it, and it'll be charged an error, I'm sure. Alright, AJ Click will take it. Jackson Dunaway, who's moved over to first base for the Grizzlies, up to the plate. Looks at a strike. Good pitch there from Milam. 0-1 now. Dunaway flew out in the second and struck out in the fourth. Another one of those Grizzlies players that's looking to get on base for the first time. Click active over there at first. There's another strike. 0-2 to Dunaway. From Milam, a little bit high, 1-2 to Dunaway. Really deep roster here. One of the Panthers' best players is a sophomore, and strike 3 to Dunaway as he strikes out for the second time, and will be the second out in the inning for Milam. That'll be Justin Qureshi, the third baseman, to come up for the Grizzlies.
Now batting for the Grizzlies, number 7, Justin Qureshi.
Milam looks in, kicks and delivers out of the stretch. And a little bit outside there, ball 1. Justin Qureshi singled in the second inning with that chopper over the first base side, then flied out in the fourth. As big strike again. Panthers pitchers can really toss it. Really loud strikes. 1-1. Now 2 out, man on first. Milam will check over there at Click. And there's a swing over the third base line and a nice pick. We've seen it a couple times tonight from Neuenschwander. Just making it look easy, and Milam gets through it. Did have an error in that inning, but pretty smooth for the Panthers. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th, still 8-0 here on Vype Sports. And we're back here. Adam Mueller alongside, ready for the bottom half of the 6th. Liberty Hill Panthers look to be about set for their 10th district victory. Headed into the playoffs. Will extend that overall record to 22-6. They can get through here. Of course, we'll have one eye on Georgetown Cedar Park game tonight and that Rouse Marble Falls game, just to see how the rankings sort of shape up. Most likely we will get a coin flip to decide the overall rankings. Then Grizzlies still have the top half of the 7th to get back in it. And here is Sean Parsons for the Panthers, getting his first at bat here in the 6th. Entered the game in left field.
Now batting for the Panthers, the left fielder, number 33, Sean Parsons.
Batting for Tyler Williams, the sophomore. Usually we see him only on the base pass, but tonight he will get an opportunity to swing the bat. Coach Hutcherson using all of his substitutions, and I'm just getting word here that Georgetown is beating Cedar Park 10-2 in the 7th, so they will also move to 10-4. That also means that Cedar Park will fall down to 10-4. Rouse and Marble Falls are also in the 7th, and they are still at 0-0. So, as results stand now, we have a three-way tie for top of the district. Three teams at 10-4. Of course, we'll see what happens in the Rouse Marble Falls game as Sean Parson draws a walk here. Leadoff walk, and the sophomore will like that a lot. And again, Panthers with that leadoff runner on. As Cash Durkin now will come in for his fourth at bat. And this is quite the stat line here. Solo home run in the first inning. Walked in the third, and the check over to first is way wide and goes all the way into right field. And Parsons holds up at second base. There's a little bit of nerves there for Tredemeyer, who missed first base on the pickoff play. And Parsons, who's runs the bases for Carson Riley normally, is used to that aggressive style of base running. Maybe could have gotten to third there, I don't know. That may be asking a little bit too much. A little chipped ball over. That might drop it. It does for Durkin, who gets on again. I was just going to say that Durkin's got that solo home run, walk, two-run home run. Now he's got a single and men on the corners, and looks like head coach Zach Darling is going to come out, talk to Tredemeyer. Again, no outs. Panthers got men on the corners. And Cade Neuenschwander, who you know is never an easy out, is on up to bat now. And it looks like Tredemeyer's going to head off, so Darling is going to go to his fourth pitcher in this game. We'll try and find out who that is. Got a little bit of a reshuffle here. Just looking through the glass, looks like number 3 here. It's taken over. It's like this activity here where we've got the infielders all looking, and that's Austin Wilson. So the center fielder, we saw him jog in. Don't know how many opportunities he gets to pitch. Maybe Coach Darling just giving him an opportunity. And I think it was Campbell Krizawanski who came out to fill his role. I think Krizawanski's going to go into left field, and Harris is going to move over to center as Wilson gets the opportunity on top of the mound. Well, no outs, runners on the corners. We'll step away briefly here. Liberty Hill 8, Glen 0. You're watching Vype Sports. It is Cade Neuenschwander up to bat as we're back here at Panthers Field. My name is Adam Mueller. Hope you've enjoyed broadcast tonight. Austin Wilson switching from center field to pitcher, tough spot. No out, men on the corners. Neuenschwander, first pitch outside. Click does a good job tracking it down. Neuenschwander's got a couple walks in the first and third inning and popped out in the fourth, so he might make Austin Wilson work for these outs, as the first two pitches have both been down in the dirt, the purple dirt here, Liberty Hill. It is dirt. I think when I walked in today, I thought maybe that's all artificial turf. And there's a strike for Wilson. Might see some aggressive base running here from the Panthers, men on the corners. Haven't seen the double steal attempt. There's another pitch way outside. 3-1. Zach Darling giving all his guys an opportunity to pitch. Of course, it will be the last game of the season for the Grizzlies. They will not be going to the playoffs, but certainly an improvement from last season, as we talked about. That pitch outside, and bases will be loaded. Now Cade Neuenschwander draws his third walk of the game.
Now batting for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 8,
Colby DeMars will step up for his fourth at bat, and he actually has not gotten on tonight. Fly out, line out, ground out. First, third, fourth inning as he watches a high pitch there. Grizzlies will still stay in that sort of double play depth there on the infield. And there's a big cut by DeMars. Center fielder shades over and catches, tagging up as Parsons, and he will score. So sacrifice fly there for DeMars, and doesn't get on base but does get the RBI. And got all the live updates for you here. Shout out to Jason Hebner. He's normally here at Liberty Hill, just filling in for him tonight. He's given me all the updates. Rouse has taken the lead against Marble Falls, so as it stands, we do have a four-way tie. All four playoff teams from 5A Region 4, District 25 are going to be 10-4 if Rouse can hold that lead, and Georgetown, of course, can hold their big lead. That one fouled away. 1-1 now. 1 out, 2 men on. This is Blaze Milam now batting in Gavin Voth's spot. See how the sophomore can do. Swinging the bat. And there's a strike, 1-2 now to Milam. Pitch off speed, got him. And a nice pitch there from Austin Wilson, who's done pretty well since coming in the game.
Now batting for the Panthers, the shortstop, number 2, Garrett
2
Neely.
out. 2 men on. Garrett Neely up to bat. Ball 1 to Neely, who's had sort of a similar night to Colby DeMars. He's got a fly out and a pop out in the second and third inning, and then flew out again in the fifth. So he's looking to contribute with the bat. Pitch is high, 2-0. Two out. 2 men on here. All 2s tonight. With a feel, a swing, and sort of clipped out. First baseman may have a play. That's Dunaway over there. 2-1. Now the count just bounces out of his reach. There's Wilson. Brings the ball up early over there at shortstop, and that was driven right into the hole. And this will certainly score one run. And it's an RBI single for Garrett Neely, who does get a hit, his first. And Durkin comes all the way around to score. And we have hit that 10-run mark. And by rule, that'll do it. If it happens in the last inning, doesn't count, but it has happened here in the 6th inning. So good finish to the season for the Liberty Hill Panthers. So that'll do it, 10-0. Pretty all-comprehensive victory for Steve Hutcherson's squad. They will move to 22-6 overall, 10-4. And again, as things stand, if results hold elsewhere, we have a 4-way tie for first in this district. And as my colleague Jason says, a headache to figure out how to rank these teams. It might just be a coin flip. So good season here, good way to finish off the season for the Panthers. The Glen Grizzlies will fall to 3-11, but as we said, a small improvement is still an improvement for Zach Darling's squad. And they will finish off the season tonight and look ahead to next year. Hope you've enjoyed it. My name is Adam Mueller. Here I've enjoyed it on this nice April night. And that'll do it for us here. Final score, Liberty Hill 10, Glen 0. You've been watching Vype Sports.